Hello everyone. I really appreciate it if you just listen to my message in this video. It'll take a couple of minutes. I have a very, very special request to make of you. Yes, you? As you know, I'm very passionate about creating awareness of Usher syndrome, which is a rare genetic disease that has no cure or treatment. And it's not easy to live with. To lose your sight is one thing, to lose your hearing is another. To lose them both, well, that's pretty devastating. And you grow up living a normal life, learning to drive, play tennis, going shopping, and then everything starts being taken away from you as Usher syndrome progresses. I miss seeing the stars in the night sky. I find it very difficult to know the difference between black and navy, orange and pink. I find it very difficult to be in a very crowded and dimly lit restaurant, struggle to see what I'm eating and struggle to hear the company that I'm in. Even going for a normal grocery shop is difficult. So why am I passionate about deafblindness being recognised as a unique disability in Ireland? Back in 2004, the European Union passed a written declaration, 2004/1, and it recommended the EU member states recognise deafblindness as a unique disability. So that governing policies, strategies and legislation would include people with dual sensory loss, hearing and sight loss. Now, if you imagine tonight when you're going to bed, you turn out the light, everything's dark and everything's quiet. Could you imagine living like that 24/7 for the rest of your life? How can you even begin to think about going for a doctor's appointment, going for an eye test? How can you even begin to think about communicating with people, particularly in a government department, going into revenue commissioners, going into your local property tax, your county council, or your local health centre? It's a difficult one, and if I'm really honest, I just can't even begin to think about how the hell I will cope with it when the time comes. So I am very concerned that deafblindness has not been recognised by our Irish government. And last May I spoke before the Oireachtas Committee for Health and Children, and with all my might and pretty emotional too, I begged our government to recognise deafblindness, and still to this day nothing has been forthcoming. And I know things take time, but it's only a simple request, and I just find that a written declaration passed in 2004, which still hasn't been adopted in this country 11 years later, is pretty unacceptable. And so I'm not a person to kind of sit around waiting for somebody else to do it, or waiting for some organisation to make it happen. I'm doing it. I'm call me stubborn, call me impatient, but I'm tired waiting, and I want to get this happening. To ease my worries about my future, and for other people in the same boat as me. But I said it worries the hell out of me about what I'm facing in this future, in this country. I don't exist as far as Irish government practices are concerned. The National Census asked me to tick a box for my disability. It's either deafness or blindness. I can't tick deafness because then I'm leaving out the blindness. I can't tick blindness because then I'm leaving out the deafness. So what does that say about our national census? Is it giving a very accurate picture of people with disabilities in this country? The answer is clearly no. The national census is used to inform government practices and policy making, and you know what? It's a very poor picture. It's a very inaccurate picture of people with dual sensory loss in this country. There's nothing to describe deafblindness, as I say, on the national census. And to me, that is unacceptable because it makes me invisible in this country. Now, last year, you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge. Everybody got on board. Lots of money was raised. And you know what? It was a very worthy cause. But I'm not asking for anything like that. I'm asking a very simple favour. I'm asking you to take a photo with a sign like this, which says, let me put that by there, I'm not invisible, okay? I just want you to use that sign with a picture of yourself, and then I want you to post it to me on Facebook or on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at @cowlbrill, all one word. And I've only got 2 weeks to do this. I need you to send me a photo within the next 2 weeks if you really want to help me with this cause. On September the 19th is International Usher Syndrome Awareness Day. And on this day, I'm going to do a major social media campaign. And I'm going to tweet and Facebook all these photos on the 19th of September and hopefully get some sort of media attention or even trending. Just get people listening to what this campaign is about. I will then get all these photographs printed into a book. I'd love my book to be that thick, or if I could get 2 or 3 books, that would even be more awesome. The more the better. The more photos we have, the better, because it adds to my voice. I need an army of people behind my voice when I go to see our Minister for Health, Leo Varadkar. I'm going to ask for a meeting with him. I'm going alone. I'm not representing any organisation. I am just representing myself and my friends who have Usher syndrome in this country, and also people with hearing and sight difficulties. And I just want him to just listen, because they have to know that the current governing structures in Ireland are making us invisible. We're not invisible. I'm not invisible. My friends are not invisible. And this just needs to change. We're in 2015, for God's sake. You know, it just has to change. We need deafblindness to be recognised. So, please join me in this campaign. Get your family and your friends to help too. Simple. You just get that sign, I'm not invisible. Post it to me, and this will add more voice to my campaign for I'm not invisible. Deafblindness to be recognised in Ireland as a unique disability. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.